making tuna pasta salad. It's not so fancy, but you know what? I like a simple meal and I just want something that's gonna fill me up but not be super hot, because it's, you know, it's getting to be the middle of summer, so yeah, you want something that's gonna be light and refreshing but filling, and this hits all the bells and whistles for me. So bell and whistle. So yeah, let's get started. I've cut up a quarter of an onion. I did it kind of fine because you don't want to like bite in and be like, wow, I just bit a huge piece of onion. So I did a fine dice on that, and the pasta that I'm going to be using is actually chickpea pasta, and that has some extra protein, and we know that I love chickpeas because they're like the most fantastic thing, very versatile. So I found this chickpea pasta. Now you can use whatever kind of pasta you want, but I'm going to do a half cup, and it'll cook for about 7 to 8 minutes, and I'm using just a small pot, the one over there, not a big stock pot to heat up because that'll take forever to heat up, and it's just going to heat the whole kitchen, and it's, like I said, it's far too hot for that. So then I've also got our tuna, and I'm going to do 2 cans of tuna. Just enough food for us for dinner or lunch. So I'm going to do 2 cans, and I've got my mayonnaise here. And salt is not necessarily for the salad itself, that's for boiling the pasta. I always like to salt my water because it just makes it that much better, and boiling the water is a little bit faster. Science. Our other seasonings, we got dill weed and celery seed, because I don't always keep celery stalks on hand. I forget to eat them. They don't get used up quick enough, so I keep this little handy celery seed on hand as opposed to celery salt. I recommend this, and it is kind of potent, like I've said before. And dill weed, also very potent, but great to have on hand. Potato salad is also a good use for that. And we've got our just basic black pepper. So let's get our water going. I'm gonna go ahead and salt my water. So while we're waiting for that to boil, I'm gonna go ahead and open up these 2 cans of tuna, and I will drain the juice off for the cat, because I think she is sitting there waiting for me. She knows something's up. Tuna is in the air. It's her lucky day. Oh, there we are. Really cool story. And I might have mentioned this in the cooking for a crowd video. I like to partially open the can and then drain some. That way you don't have everything falling out at once. Makes it a little bit neater, especially for those giant cans that I was opening of the corn or green beans, whichever veg it was. Those massive cans, they can make quite a mess. And I don't want to lose all my tuna for this. I love the kitty, but I also want some tuna. What's the magic word? Whoa. Magic word? Okay. I'm just going to go ahead and make up this tuna now. And I don't really have a recipe for the best tuna that I make. I just kind of add as much or as little mayo as I want. And for me, it's usually not a lot because I don't like it super mayonnaise-y, and I know that once I put mayonnaise in, there's absolutely no taking it out. So I'm just going to get that incorporated with my onions. And that quarter of an onion was just enough to mix with the tuna and not be too overpowering. And our water is starting to come to a boil. So let's see here. adjust the amount of mayonnaise later for the pasta when that gets added in, because that was a generous tablespoon that I just added. As you can see, it's kind of mayonnaise-y. Alrighty, so our pasta water is boiling away. I'm going to go ahead and add the half cup, and that'll be for 2 servings. At least this doesn't require, it was hot, a water to pasta ratio like rice does. So I'll just set a timer for about 7 minutes and check the pasta, see that it's coming to the al dente bit that I want to do, and make sure to give it a stir, otherwise your pieces will all stick together. And there's no need to oil this at all. I don't like to add oil to my pasta while I'm cooking it. It makes it all not stay together and slippery, but you want to keep stirring it every so often so it doesn't stick together and clump. So I'm going to go ahead and add my flavor components to my salad. I've got my dill weed and my celery seed, and I'm just going to sprinkle some in here because I already smell that dill. And that was probably about 1/4 teaspoon of dill, maybe about the same with the celery seed. And let's put some pepper in there too. Yeah, that was probably all about the same, 1/4 teaspoon for all 3 of those guys. And one little extra component that I haven't put out here, because it'd probably melt away and cook right here on the counter, are peas. I use frozen peas, and I just kind of toss them in. It's probably going to be about 1/4 to 1/2 cup, and that just adds another little veggie component, but some different texture and a nice chill at the end to make sure that everything is cold, because we're going to want to cool down our pasta separately from the tuna, and that can take a little bit of time, so we'll go ahead and do that once the pasta's done, and then put everything together and see how it came out. So we'll be back in the next segment. Okay, so it's been about an hour, give or take. The pasta feels like it's pretty chilled. I've got my bag of frozen peas. I'm just going to use about 1/2 cup, and I'm just going to put those in frozen because they'll come to room temperature pretty quickly, mixed in with everything. They're nice and small, so you know, they're peas. I prefer to use frozen peas or frozen veggies over canned veggies, and I just find that it's easier to separate them and stuff, so I use portions. So I'm just going to go ahead and mix in my pasta with my tuna. I remember I put in that heaping tablespoon of mayonnaise, so I don't think that I'm gonna have to add any more mayonnaise to this. Alright, so that's where we're at right now. I don't think any mayonnaise needs to be added. And see what I mean? No draining, less mess. There we go. So go ahead and mix that in. Even if I want to add a little bit more to it, just for some extra color. The peas are also a really great source of fiber. And you can add carrots, I guess, if you want to do like a peas and carrots mix, that'd be good too. But I had some peas left over from some other dish ages ago, and I had this little bag of peas just hanging out in the freezer. And when we moved, the peas came with us and they just never got used. And I made this tuna salad a few weeks back, and I said to myself, oh, I'm just gonna add these peas and see what happens. Nothing bad can really happen. If we don't like it, we don't like it. We just won't do it again. But we ended up liking it a lot. So this is my not so fancy tuna pasta salad. And I'm just gonna go ahead and give it a little taste. See if I need to tweak any of the flavors at all. I don't think so. Maybe just some more pepper. And season it just the way that you like. What? Maybe celery seed. That stuff pours out fast. Alrighty. I know. That's real good. You just want a quick, simple dinner or lunch. Like, it took no time at all, really. And in the time that I let everything cool in the fridge, I just went out and read some of a book. So grab yourself a book, go read a little bit, make this, and I really hope you like it. And so like this video in the comments down below. Subscribe to the channel. I'm gonna have that over here, and you can watch some other videos. I might put a playlist or another video targeted at you over here down below. Yeah, I hope you ring the bell for notifications, and we'll see you again next time.